So this is my basic bike setup from my trip. On the back, I had the smaller bag here, two big bags, one on each side, one bag on the front, water bottles, etc. So I thought I would just show you kind of what I had in my packing list and how I fit it all into this space. These big bags are quick release, so when I would stop somewhere for the night and I needed to take my stuff in, you just unclip it and you're ready to go. So this is the bag that I just pulled off my bike. It's my main personal bag. Before I open that up, let's look at what I would wear on a normal cycling day. Socks and shoes. These are SPD bike shoes, so they clip in to my pedals. Bike shorts with nice padding inside. I wear leggings on top of my cycling shorts. With most cyclists probably would think that's weird, but I find it to be more comfortable. And then a sports bra and shirt. So that's what I'm wearing. And now let's open the personal bag. It's a waterproof bag, and so it winds up like so. On top, I have a small bag of accessories. I'll show you that in a minute. A big Ziploc bag of potentially wet toiletries, sunscreen, shampoo, deodorant, dish soap, etc. Bag of dry toiletries. A little backpack for days that I'm not biking. I would have a bag that I could take with me if I was exploring a park or a town. And this is a separate compression sack that I would use for all my clothes. And on the bottom, the pair of Chacos, the sandals that I would wear also for exploring days. So this bag of clothes was also my pillow. So whatever I was not wearing to sleep in would be in here, and it would make my head nice and cozy at night. So the packing list, clothes edition. Swimsuit. This is the one thing that I packed that I ended up not really using. When I did go swimming, I just jumped in the lake or the ocean in my bike clothes, and so the swimsuit was just kind of along for the ride. I had one regular t-shirt that was for sleeping and non-biking days. Two pair of underwear, one bra, some shorts and a tank top, beach days, hanging out in the tent day, whatever. This is a pair of waterproof socks. So I think I only wore them 1 or 2 days biking in the rain, but found they were nice for those days. And I also wore them at night to keep my feet warm. These are some quick dry shorts, zip off pants. Again, non-cycling days, exploring, whatnot. A second pair of socks. This is a second pair of bike shorts, again with the padding, so I could switch back and forth between those. I would typically wash my clothes by hand every night, whatever I had worn that day. If it was sunny out, they would be dry the next morning, and I could wear the same clothes again. If it was raining all night, then I would usually switch to my second set of clothes the next day. Some longer leggings. I mostly use them for sleeping. I think there was one day that cycling was kind of cold, and so I wore the longer leggings. A little jacket kind of thing for warmth and comfort. And then these are sweatpants. I did not originally pack them, but the nights ended up being colder than I expected, and sleeping in a tent, I needed an extra layer, so I actually bought these on the road, and they take up a lot of space and weight, but they were necessary to get sleep in the cold. The packing list, accessories edition. So in this bag, just random resources that I might need on my trip. A Ziploc bag with electronics, phone charger, extra batteries for my bicycle lights, that kind of thing. This is a clothesline, so I would hang it up between trees and hang my clothes to dry. Couple bungee cords, couple clothespins. This is an extra cell phone. My cell phone was my main means of communication, and also my maps and that kind of thing. And so in case my normal cell phone got wet, I wanted to have another resource to communicate with people. A normal kitchen butter knife, and or whatever this kind of knife is called. I don't know, normal knife. And then a fork and spoon. Headlamp for camping. Extra ponytail holders. This kind of knife, a little sharper. And this was my towel. It's super small and handy. And so I would use this for myself when I would shower. This was my main personal towel. So those are the accessories. I'm not going to show you all my toiletries. You can imagine the toiletries I travel with, medication, things I need, etc. So this is my second main bag. I called it my camping bag. And we'll open it up and it will be clear why. So on top of this bag is my rain jacket. So I liked it on top. It was convenient to take out whenever it started raining and I needed to put a jacket on. So it lives on top. I also have in here a can of grease to re-grease my bicycle chain, which I had to do a lot since my bike was outdoors in all weathers and lots of dirt roads. So that was very necessary. I also have in here a pair of flip-flops. Good for wearing on your feet when you're tired of bike shoes. Tarp to go under my tent. Rainfly. I was really impressed with how well my tent kept me dry. It rained probably 90% of the days that I was camping. And I was always dry inside my tent, so I was really pleased with that. The stakes for my tent, and then in here have the tent itself, little sleeping bag, little blow-up mattress, which was actually quite comfortable. I slept really well. On the bottom of this bag, I also have a bigger towel. This was not an original part of the packing list. This is something I bought a few days ago when I wanted to hang out on the beach all day and I didn't have anything to sit on. So I bought a towel, which obviously added again to space and weight, but it was at the end of my trip, and so I wasn't super worried about it, and I was really glad to have that as well. So this is the bag that would go on my handlebars. On top, you can see this thing. It's a solar charger, and so it's clipped on over here, and then I randomly tried to tie it down with a hair tie, and I wasn't expecting it to hold very well. But even on bumpy gravel roads, it held it really securely. So all day while I was riding, if the sun was out, it would be gathering charge, and then I could charge my phone that night with it. Inside this bag, this was my primary food bag. So I had another dry bag that would house all my food. I might do another video about food, I don't know. But I did not starve on my trip, I ate. And also in here I have a bag with my journal and some pens and some extra paper in case I needed to write something down. So that's that bag. So the poles for my tent were too long to fit inside my normal camping bags, and so they slid in under this other bag there on the back. So these are my tent poles. This bag was kind of some random stuff. It had my bike lock, some extra plastic bags. When I would stop at the store on a normal day, I would sometimes put some food stuff in here. It had my first aid kit in here, some tissue, other things that I might want to grab on just kind of during my ride. And this little bag attached to my bike frame is all tools and things that would be useful for my bike itself. So I have a little multi-tool with different things on it if I need to tighten or adjust things on my bike. A rag for wiping things down. Duct tape. What are these called? Zip ties. Tire patches, extra inner tubes for the tire, tools for changing tires, just some extra kind of wire things. So thankfully I never had to use my tire changing tools. I went 1,000 miles without ever getting a flat tire, so that was cool. But of course you always want to have this stuff available. So I'm certainly not an expert, and this is not a video of the best strategies and practices. This is just me showing what I was able to do with the resources that I had packing for this trip.